So imperfect tense. We've been working on the uses of the imperfect tense, yes? Y ahora vamos a ver una película que se llama, o que se titula Canela. ¿En qué significa canela? Cinnamon, así. Ahora debes de verlo, ¿no? Now we should know it the second time too, right? La película se llama Canela, okay? O se titula Canela. Y lo que vamos a prestar mucho atención son los usos del imperfecto. We're going to watch this movie, and I want you to pay very close attention to the uses of the imperfect. So on the very front of your imperfect packet, right now we're reviewing very quickly the uses of the imperfect and making sure that we have all of them added to our packet. Okay, so make sure you add any you forgot. So Alex, what was one?
What is he called, or what is his name?
What someone is called, their name in the past tense, right? Se llamaba blah 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 blah. And maybe you want to include that the verb is llamarse. Okay, he was called. What was another one? What did you say?
Repeated action an undetermined amount of times.
Okay, a repeated action in the past tense that happens an undetermined number of times. If I say I went to Europe 3 times, is that imperfect or preterite? I went to Europe 3 times. Because it's defined, right? It's a completed action, done over with. But if I tell you I used to always travel in the summer, and I don't tell you how many times or where I traveled, then it's going to be the imperfect. Okay, another one, Jordan.
Age.
Age, la edad, la edad. And I want you to note next to la edad, do you need to know these uses in Espanol? Absolutamente. Absolutamente. Okay? ¿Qué verbo usamos cuando hablamos de la edad? ¿Qué verbo usamos? Tener. Good man. Tener. Yo tenía blank años. Tenía blank años. Okay, tener. What verb would you use if you were trying to say he was old or he was young? He was old or he was young? Ser or a star when you're talking about he was old or was young. Why do you say a star? Why do you say ser?
This is in state of being.
Okay, it actually is going to be description. It's going to be you're going to use the verb ser with that one when we're talking about la edad, when we're talking about age. Okay, do you need a packet there, dear? Yeah. Here you go.
That's mine.
Another one?
That's my packet.
Oh, here you go. Okay, another one that we have when we're talking about the imperfect is what?
Setting up the scene.
Setting up the scene. Okay, so setting up the scene of a story, and this is the one we're going to be using a lot in the movie. Okay, setting up the scene of a story. What else, Gladden?
Appearance.
Apariencia. En español, por favor. En español.
Apariencia.
Apariencia. Describing someone's appearance, also describing their personalidad is usually going to be in the imperfecto, right? If you're describing it in general. Okay, Griffin?
El tiempo.
El tiempo. El tiempo. What are the 2 verbs that are used in most of our weather expressions? You'll want to make sure and note what are the 2 verbs that we use with el tiempo.
Hacer.
Hacer, hacía buen tiempo, hacía mal tiempo, and what's the other one? How do you say it's cloudy? Estar, right? Está nublado. Okay, so estaba and hacía are the 2 that you're going to use for the most part to describe your weather. Okay, another one, por favor, Miss Liz.
Indefinite time period?
Okay, actions that occur during an indefinite time period. Okay, actions that occur during an indefinite time period. Muy bien. Another one, Aurora.
¿Cómo se sentía?
Como se sentía, how you were feeling, right? Your feelings in the past tense. Como se sentía, how you were feeling. Muy bien. Kilner. Emoción. Emoción would be kind of como se sentía. Yep. Another one?
Like when you say used to or would.
In any time in English that you hear yourself say used to or would, it's usually going to be in the imperfect tense. Muy bien. La hora, time. Time is always going to be in the imperfect tense, and that one's a little bit tricky. La hora. When you tell me not just like an exact time, it was 2 o'clock when, but also you're going to use it like when you say it was really late at night or it was early in the morning. Okay? Time. Another one. Who has others that we would want to add? Do you guys have any left on your list from the uses? Anybody? Huh?
Que pasaba.
¿Qué pasaba? ¿Qué pasaba? ¿Qué significa qué pasaba? Because that's a really important one. What was happening? Versus ¿qué pasó? What tense would ¿qué pasó be? Preterite, right? What happened? Done, over with, complete. Okay, so just take a minute here and see if there's any that you forgot on your list, and take a moment and add it on there, please. Notice, I think, ¿qué quería? What you wanted. That's another one that's going to be in the imperfect tense. ¿Qué quería? What you wanted. Ah, sí, puedes apagar la luz. Absolutamente. Gracias. Espera. ¿Ahora está mejor? ¿Mejor? ¿Sí? Salud. Okay. Sí. Sí. Any preguntas on this? Okay. On your very last page of your packet, okay, you have a little template here, okay? You have a template, and this is our template for setting up the scene of a story, okay? Setting up the scene of a story. So as we watch the movie, we're going to practice this as a class. We're going to practice this as a class one time, and while we watch the movie, as we're setting up the scene for the movie, I want you to pay attention to el tiempo, and you're going to watch the movie and tell me cómo hacía, what was the weather like, yeah? Cómo se sentía, and we're going to talk about la protagonista. What is la protagonista? The protagonist. Maybe add that to the top of yours, because that would be a great vocab word to have when you write about the story. La protagonista. La protagonista is a protagonist. Protagonista. Another word for the main character is el personaje principal. El personaje principal. The principal character, right? Principal. Okay? And at the very top here, we need to add, because we don't have it, ¿cómo se llamaba? ¿Cómo se llamaba? So at the very top right above, ¿cómo se llamaba? I'd like you to answer the question, ¿cómo se llamaba? El personaje principal. What was her name? What was she called? What was she called? We'll have to put out the very ¿cómo se llamaba? All of these, when you set the thing, we're going to use what tense? The imperfect tense, okay? The imperfect tense. So you're going to write down in the movie, what was the weather like? How was the protagonista feeling? What did she look like? Okay? What was her appearance like? La hora, a time of day. Maybe a time of vacation, or when the movie is taking place for the most part. ¿Qué quería? And I apologize, there's a typo here. ¿Qué quería? What she wanted. And this is one that you're going to be able to probably expand on a little bit in this movie. ¿Qué quería? What did she want? What did the main character want? Su edad. La edad. What was her age? And de dónde era. ¿Qué significa de dónde era? From where was she? Her origen, right? We're asking about her origen. From where is she? Any preguntas on this so far? No, okay. Muy bien. Watch the movie today, and please just make sure and fill in this chart. And because we have HISP schedule this week, I know that some people will be in at different times. On Friday, we're going to have our pruebita over the imperfecto, okay? And it's just going to be on the conjugations of the imperfecto, knowing the three irregulars of the imperfecto. And you guys are going to get a little mini review tomorrow that we did in class, in the other class today, okay? So there will be a little mini review. And remember, you can always go online and watch the YouTube videos. You have until, it's today Wednesday? So you have until Friday to finish pages 1 through 3 of the packet. Just with the schedule being funky, you guys have had a much shorter time to work on it in the second period. So all of your pages 1 through 3 will be due on Friday. Does that sound reasonable with his piece? That will be your only homework this week. Okay? And then when I come back on Friday, I would like for you to have the back top section of your packet. Is that cool? We're all good? Okay, adios, que tengáis un buen día.